Sustainability. More production, more consumption, more use of resources, more waste. We build our economic and social lives as if there is no tomorrow, as if there are other worlds to go through. The world, which has a limit, is trying to tell us with more and more visible signs that we have to take good care of it. Climate crisis, social inequality, decreasing inclusivity and accessibility. However, we have a way to understand and control our impact on the world. Sustainability. But how do we really understand this concept? What is sustainability? Why is it important? Let's take it step by step. Sustainability can be defined as the ability to be in a permanent state. In fact, there is no single universally accepted definition on sustainability. However, it is often defined as meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It means being both socially and economically sustainable while ensuring the continuity of production, diversity, and consumption. All parts of the ecosystem, living or non-living, are unquestionably interconnected and interact. Disruption in one part of the chain affects the whole system. Therefore, sustainability guarantees the continuity of this chain, protects our ecosystem and natural resources, and improves our quality of life. It raises the bar in all areas from health to education, from culture to social equality, guarantees prosperity, and enables societies to develop. A more livable and safer world is created through the rational use of resources. In terms of business models, it ensures the long-term existence of companies and leads the way to more comprehensive development. What is sustainable development? What are the sustainable development goals? We need a development model that takes into account all individual, living beings and natural resources, and that we can be sure will not create problems as growth continues. Sustainable development means that countries set sustainability as the common denominator in their economic and social development goals. It means keeping the ecosystem alive on the one hand and achieving human development goals on the other. The table on the side shows the sustainable development goals. For a domino effect from the individual to the community, from community to the national and internationally, we need to improve ourselves first. Our subject is gastronomy and culinary arts, and we can say that it is the most important field to integrate sustainability into our departments. We wanted to create awareness to draw attention to sustainability, and we added sustainability to our DIGI-GASE project. Let's take a look at how sustainability will be carried out in the kitchen and in the gastronomy and culinary arts departments. Statistics show that awareness raising and sustainability efforts can slow down or even stop food inequality before it turns into a global crisis. According to the statistics, those living in cities consume the most and unfortunately waste the most. Do we realize how much food we buy? Mostly just out of habit, sometimes out of pressure, sometimes out of lack of planning, but we consume a lot. The sad part is that we often don't consume it completely. That lettuce left to rot in the fridge, the tomato thrown away when it turns brown, the legumes left in the pantry. With a little awarenesses, it may be possible to consume in a way that contributes to society by giving back. And the less is more physiologic of minimalism can guide us in the kitchen. Sustainability in gastronomy is the idea of doing things like farming, fishing, and even food preparation in a way that can be sustained into the future without wasting our natural resources and without harming the environment or our health. Sustainable gastronomy can be categorized under 4 different topics. These topics are economy. Economy, income status is related to what kind of diet people have. At the same time, an economically sustainable system should support continuous production and support production by preventing borrowing. Sociology. In addition to being a physiological need, food is directly linked to food culture and society with its characteristic of bringing society together. For this reason, the sustainability of society is linked to the sociological structure of society. Ecology. Ecology and environmental health are key components of the healthy and sustainable food system. Cultural aspects. Culture is learned from childhood. Food culture, how cuisine and food are used in that culture, is a factor that affects future generations. Sustainable gastronomy principles develop a strategy and set objectives. It is difficult to make a change without knowing what the goal is, who is implementing it, and how they are implementing it. A sustainability strategy addresses all these questions. Consider the role of buying in sustainable developments. Products sourced from food materials need to be more ecological, including organic and fairly traded foods, as well as consumables such as detergents, cleaning equipment, and non-woven towels. Raise awareness and appreciate public catering, as it is often overlooked by stakeholders, whether customers, public bodies, suppliers, or NGOs. Different communication strategies, such as marketing materials, also spread the message about the many aspects of sustainable meals to all stakeholders interested in catering. Ensure capacity building for staff working in public procurement and food services. The challenge of the creating and maintaining sustainable food system is a challenging one, requiring specialized knowledge and collaborations. Therefore, professional learning needs to be continuous as new areas and opportunities for sustainability emerge. Create meals and menus to ensure healthy and sustainable diets. Design recipes according to the nutrition recommendations and help to reduce climate change by focusing on plant-based eating, which can also benefit biodiversity. Consider also combine this with a commitment to use organic food. Focus on reducing waste from food or other materials. First, know your waste and rethink food service in general. Then improve dishes, the use of materials and serving procedures to avoid waste. It is important to consider food waste in both the kitchen and serving processes. Reconsider building and kitchen process in terms of energy, water, and material consumption. Make changes to help conserve these, and if possible, introduce new, more energy-efficient equipment and food preparation process such as cook and serve and cold cook. The sustainability principles and sustainable development goals we have just listed are actually the issue that should be emphasized most by instructors teaching gastronomy and culinary arts. We should educate young people who will determine our future with a culture of sustainability. During the face-to-face education at university, there are many academic staff who have witnessed in the case such as use of extra materials in classes. Throwing away the food or even the food prepared is not eaten but spoiled and thrown away again. It is up to the academic staff to put a stop to this, such as setting an example for their students during the class and behaving in accordance with sustainable development goals, showing concept and importance of sustainability in the class. But the same is still in place for distance education. In the same way, they can show the concept of sustainability in their classes and emphasize what it means. They can show recipes prepared in accordance with sustainable gastronomy in the classes and ask students to develop new recipes and develop that thoughts on this subject. At the same time, in order to measure the impact of the recipe on people during an exam or training, they can be asked to serve their food to the people around them and present the feedback in class so that the recipes prepared in this way will not be wasted. You can add the recycling of the material that is going to spoil in your home during the course specific shopping or the purchase of materials needed for the training, so that the materials are recycled and do not waste in the garbage. Education in line with sustainable development goals is also very important for students' self-development because they will have to come up with something new and prepare new recipes. Let's talk about content that can help you in your courses on sustainability. 1. EPA, United States Environmental Protection Agency. On this website, you can find current developments, current news, articles, and educational texts on sustainability, as well as sustainable games, questions, and videos. For each game, there is a PowerPoint presentation and narrative text. It is a step-by-step guide that shows you all the needs and requirements for the game. It is just one of the websites where both you and your students can learn with fun. Green Clean Guide. Green technologies are mentioned in this website. On this website, you can also find up-to-date technology and sustainability news, as well as the introduction of games and games that raise awareness of environmental protection. At the same time, you can create a perception that sustainability can be used in all areas of our lives with the news that contains tips about the work and requirements that we often encounter in daily life. School for Environmental and Sustainable University of Michigan. The University of Michigan's Schools of Environmental and Sustainability, part of the nation's best public research university, has been a leader in environmental education, research, and activism for more than a century. The university's social media accounts and YouTube channels are in current use. Note that there is also a certificate program, organizations, news, research, and much more. In the Developing Sustainable Solutions section, you can take a look at the games related to sustainable environment that will interest you. Sustainability for all. Sustainable development, climate change, renewable energy, environment, water, urban transformation, and sustainable lifestyles are the topics of the website, which provides videos, related articles, and awarenesses raising on sustainable environments. It has also included games under the name of Sustainable Practice and narrations for children and young people. PBS, Learning Media. It is a comprehensive website that covers many topics such as science, psychology, art, language, preschool, math, and technology. There are separate websites for both educators and students. For students, there is an option for different age groups. There is an environmental simulation game about sustainability, and you can try it for free. With the course contents of each field, you can both improve yourself and expand the horizon of students. You can find many more addresses like the websites we have listed. There are just an example. You will find the addresses of the websites at the end of the video. With our DIGI-GASE projects, it is extremely valuable for us to give you tips on sustainability and environmental issues and to remind you of the importance of the subject. Let's remember that since 2016, June 18 is celebrated as World Gastronomic Sustainability Day. I hope you have a good, sustainable education period. Thanks for watching.